Did you know that 24.7 million tourists visited Malaysia in 2011? That makes it the 9th most visited country in the world. But with tourist arrivals growing at just 0.5% last year, is that enough? Malaysian tourism can't just be 5-star hotels, beach resorts and cocktails. We must offer and promote unique experiences, but we simply do not do enough. In KL alone, we tell our foreign friends about KLCC, KL Tower, the Bird Park, hop-on and hop-off buses. But what about heritage bnbs, homestays, pasar malam and food walk? With over 63% of our land forested, 4,600 kilometers of coastline and over 800 islands, it's the big operators that are capitalizing on this and not the smaller businesses. Let's find out if there are opportunities for smaller operators to provide a unique and authentic Malaysian experience. Tourists increasingly seek out boutique and unique accommodation. While B&Bs, bed and breakfasts, are common in Europe and Australia, it is becoming increasingly popular in Asia. However, in TripAdvisor, there are only 1,084 B&Bs in Malaysia versus 3,546 in Thailand, 2,085 in Indonesia, and 3,200 in Australia. B&Bs can cater to all wallets, from as low as RM30 to a whopping RM500 per night. But beyond just the stay, many B&Bs offer home dining, personalized tours, cooking and painting classes to add to the overall experience. But is it that simple to open a B&B in the heart of KL? Meet the owners of Sarang Vacation Homes, the #1 Malaysian B&B on TripAdvisor.
TripAdvisor, as you know, comes from the reviews of guests who stayed with us. And for us to get to #1 so quickly, we must have done something right. If the tourists wanted just a hotel, they can easily stay in any of the 5-star hotels. So we didn't really want to offer a room. What we wanted to do was to offer an experience. We introduced them to places and things to do that the normal tourists will not be doing.
I think I would prefer something like this because a big hotel would be more impersonal.
Clearly, there's a demand for B&Bs in Malaysia.
We do rent out the whole property in those days and not individual rooms. But the prices were based on the number of people staying, because the idea was not to make it too cramped for people, and so we actually discourage too many in one house.
So beyond just typical internet sites, do you engage bloggers, publications, magazines?
We tried in the beginning and we went through the whole range of people who were offering services in designing websites and SEOs and all that. And unfortunately, we didn't meet the right people.
So when you decided to set up this bed and breakfast in the heart of KL, was it challenging to set up?
Yes, incredibly challenging because we had no idea what to do because we were not from the hospitality industry. And we had no idea how to run a bed and breakfast, except that we have stayed in a few before. So that was our only close contact with the bed and breakfast.
So what would be your advice to aspiring B&B owners in Malaysia?
I think like any business, you start a business so that you can enjoy doing the business. And your passion should come through in any business that you do. Because if you do it well and you do it with passion, the results will come.
Tourists spent RM9 billion on food alone in 2011, accounting for 17% of tourist spend in Malaysia. With local and regional influences, the breadth and depth of Malaysia's culinary offering is unbeatable. Unfortunately, we don't capitalize on this enough. Michelle is a tour guide for Food Tour Malaysia, a company that offers 4 types of food tours in KL. Catering to all segments, Food Tour Malaysia has 7 part-time tour guides with up to 50 guests per month. One of its tours, Off the Eaten Track, charges RM160 per person for an evening tour of KL's best-kept food secrets. These tours are extremely lucrative as the only cost incurred is the website, petrol, and payment for the food. Beyond food tours, there are multiple opportunities in food tourism, for example, offering cooking classes and supper clubs at your home. Tell me a bit about what Food Tours Malaysia is all about.
Our mission is to make sure that tourists to Malaysia enjoy the best of Malaysian cuisine.
So how many kind of tours does Food Tour Malaysia do?
We do a variety of tours, but our most popular one is called Off the Eaten Track. It's a tour that happens at usually at night, 7 to 11 p.m. We take tourists to 3 or 4 local locations.
So is this a full-time job for you?
No, for all of us at Food Tour Malaysia, this is a part-time job, and we do this on the nights that we are free or during the weekend.
Ecotourism and sustainable tourism could account for 25% of the global tourism industry receipts by end of this year. Though Malaysia is home to 170,000 species and forests dating back to 130 million years, ecotourism is really an untapped opportunity here. The government, through the ETP, under the Tourism NKEA, has declared Malaysia as a global biodiversity hub, which seeks to create a network of different biodiversity sites across the nation, contributing to a gross national income of RM 1.4 billion by 2020. While this all sounds very nice, these opportunities do come with challenges, as locals such as Encik Azmi in Raup elaborate.
Camp ini kita bina daripada bahan-bahan alam, yang mana kita buat rumah daripada bambu, daripada buluh. Atap dia kita gunakan atap daripada atap bertam, yang ini menyerupai rumah pada zaman dahulu, seperti tahun 60-an, tahun 70-an.
So memang itu experience untuk sejarah lah.
Ya, saya.
Tapi saya nampak juga semua alat ini semua eco-friendly lah nampaknya.
Ya.
So memang ada cabaran untuk membina semua kemah-kemah ini dengan bahan-bahan alam semula jadi tak?
Terutama sekali dari segi atapnya, dia memang tidak tahan lama. Biasanya kena tukar dalam masa kurang daripada 4 tahun.
So apakah aktiviti Encik Azmi lakukan di camp ini?
Camping, lepas tu kita ada water confident, ada water rafting, ada water trekking, networking, kita ada jungle trekking dan flying fox.
Ecotourism is a critical jigsaw to the government's rural transformation program, as it provides job opportunities not only for the youth but for retirees as well.
Sebelum saya memulakan membina Kelab Adventure Camp, saya adalah bekas army lah.
So dalam camp ini ada berapa pekerja di sini?
Saya ada lebih daripada 17 orang pekerja lah, termasuk instruktor. Saya punya instruktor ada yang bekas army kebanyakannya, dan begitu juga ada daripada pemuda-pemuda di sekitaran kampung sinilah, kampung Kelab.
So mereka ada opportunity untuk belajar dari bekas tentera juga. Semua skill dan experience untuk menjalankan camp latihan inilah.
Ya, betul.
Oh, memang bagus.
Pengalaman saya yang ada di dalam tentera dengan ilmu yang ada saya dapat di dalam angkatan tentera tu amat sayang kalau kita biarkan begitu. Lebih baik ilmu yang ada tu kita bahagikan kepada mereka-mereka seperti anak-anak muda yang memerlukan lah.
Individual passions and hobbies can translate into additional income streams and job opportunities for yourself and your communities. With our collective effort, Malaysia stands a chance of catapulting itself into the top 5 most visited country by 2020. All it takes is a bit of imagination, hard work, and passion.